In chapter 33, True Forms, now Zaxis decides that he wants to strategize. Even though in the last few days he's just kind of like disappeared with Illia. Maybe he decided it's not going to be just easy next time. I don't know.
His accountability is a little off. He's very much upset with Volk when he's just as much to blame for their lack of preparation.
It works out for him the first round. Good for them. But the fact that Zaxis is just like, well, you need to, like, whoa. Like, don't get me wrong. A few weeks ago, you were all over training and all good, this, that, the other. Cool. But what now? You're all of a sudden you're dating with Illia and you just can't be found anywhere? What the heck?
And these fights are only going to get harder as teams win, and you never know what the matchup could be. It could be something that is not favorable for them.
But remember, Zaxis is going to win this tournament for Illia to show that he's better than Volk. Zaxis is starting to throw his relationship with Illia into Volk's face. Like, Volk has a problem with this, which he clearly doesn't. And then the slightest quip, Zaxis is like, just deal with it, okay? Like, angsty teenagers. Gosh. So Illia and Hexa get ready to fight. They're going up against a salamander arcanist and a Ogopogo arcanist, which is basically Canada's version of the Loch Ness Monster. Guess they weren't cool enough to have their own, but I guess it is what it is. Sorry, other people that listen in Canada. Yeah, I guess Scott, you're pretty much on the border there, anyways.
We're close. I can go south to Canada, which is an odd one for people.
I always wondered if Vercingetorix grew bored of having to just sit there and roar to announce the beginning of each fight. It's like, I bet it wouldn't be that exciting for him.
There's a lot of fights, too. There's not just the apprentice tournament, but they have the journeyman tournament, the master class. Like, there's a lot of fights going on that he's got to roar for.
He probably figured 5 minutes between bouts at most, and then another 5 minutes to clean up. So, like, every 10 minutes, he's just going, roar.
It would be so frustrating if you weren't actually watching the tournament, and it just, like, you're keeping your shop and just huge siren goes off every 10 minutes.
You work the night shift and you're trying to sleep during the day, and every 10 minutes he's roaring. Like, God dang it. So Illia pretty much carries the team in this round, basically with Raisin. Unfortunately, Hexa is not too much of a contender in this point, but I guess it is what it is. And after their bout, Volk's kind of, chilling back in the hotel. And he realizes that he doesn't really need to have a flashlight to read his books in the dark anymore. He can sit up and stay awake all night reading his books and nobody's going to know any better.
That passive ability really just makes him a better student.
Yeah, exactly. He can read later. So he is up reading about true forms and he's trying to get a better idea of like what they are, how they work kind of thing. One thing that he does discover is that what one thing would work for one Griffin Arcanist to attain true form may actually not work for another Griffin Arcanist. Just because somebody's reached their true form with their Eldrin doesn't mean that that's the exact way it has to be done. Granted, some of the mystical creatures, they have specific criteria that have to be met. Like, I believe with manticores, it's basically just gotta feed them enough eyeballs from kids. Because why not? But if you do it enough, they get their true form. So some of them have that specific criteria, but some of them are vague, like achieving a certain virtue to the extent, like with Guildmaster Eventide, actually, with Gentle. Not everything is going to be the exact same for each Eldrin even. It can take a very long time to exemplify the virtues. Most true forms are made from older pairs. Those that already exemplify the virtue upon bonding can actually achieve true form immediately from bonding. So that'd be pretty dang cool to not only one, bond with a mystical creature, but the second you bond with that mystical creature, you get a true form. Like, that'd be heckin' cool.
That's how you know it's the perfect fit for you.
Exactly. Yep. And with true forms, they can actually heal themselves from magical damage as well. And they cannot be tainted or corrupted by the arcane plague.
And they do also move up half of a tier in Thiesen's book, so all their magic is just a little bit stronger. They are just a little bit tougher and more able than their non-true form counterparts.
So as Volk keeps reading, he finds the dread form front in Thiesen's book. And basically, dread form is that of a beast that has changed form due to magical corruption of the arcane plague.
And I think we see this in some of the previous books with the gargoyle, who mentions that he's a true embodiment of magic. And I think there was some confusion because Volk says, obviously, this isn't a true form, but it is what Thiesen is calling the dread form.
Kind of the pendulum swinging in the complete opposite direction. As he's reading, somebody knocks on the door. He goes over, and lo and behold, it is Atty. And I bet Volk is just over the moon that Atty decided to come over and visit him. Probably hasn't seen her much lately, especially after the gala. Volk gives Atty the book about true forms because he remembers her talking about wanting a true form or trying to achieve it. So figure any kind of information additionally that she can have to help her and Titania reach true form. Volk actually was like, wait a minute, you came and knocked on my door. What did you need from me? And she wants to train with him a little bit more, but ultimately she's there to inform Volk that the Grandmaster Inquisitor is calling on him. We do want to thank everybody for listening today. We also want everybody to remember that we do post a new episode every Wednesday morning around 11 Eastern Standard, which would be 8 o'clock Pacific Standard in the morning. We are on all podcasting platforms and YouTube Music as well, and Google Podcasts, Podbean, all that good stuff. We're on YouTube as well for video, so if you guys want to watch the video rather than listen to it, our editor, Dan, he does a really good job with adding pictures of things, links to all of the different websites that we use. He does make it quite entertaining to watch it as well. If you want to reach out to us, we're on Gmail at frithguildpod@gmail.com or on Facebook or pretty much any other social media at Frith Guild Podcast. And we do also want to thank the Frith Chronicles Wiki as well, again, because they're such a great resource. I know once the bestiary is released, a lot of information is going to be updated. Everything is linked down below in the description section for both podcasts and YouTube. And again, 2 weeks, the second book in the Crown Tournament series will be coming out. It's titled Crown Tournament 2. And Scott, did you have anything else you'd like to add today?
Just excited to see some more tourney bouts.
Yeah, I think next section we get another couple chapters of tournament. So super excited for that. And all right, stay tuned and we'll talk to you next time.